Do you believe that somebody can go through hormone therapy? Can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone is consenting.
What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm not doing so bad myself, and I was just scrolling the cesspit that Twitter is, and I stumbled across a post, a debate between Sneako and Moist Critical. And honestly, I love Charlie, but I can't agree with him on this one. I can't defend him on this one. Not that I'm saying I agree with Sneako's dumbass, but I just wasn't up for Charlie. The post was by Drama Alert on Twitter. Moist Critical believes that children should be able to transition genders if their parents consent, and honestly, I don't know why to really think about that. I don't agree with you at all on that one. And I also don't agree with what Sneako was talking about. So the debate was on Sneako's live stream on Rumble, and holy shit, it was 2 hours and a half long, and I watched around an hour of it, and then I just fucking quit because it was just going in circles, and I think I got the general idea. And I just want to speak on it and just let you know what happened so far and let you know what I think as well. So let's just get into it.
Before we even get into, let's define these terms before we even get into this conversation. What is a child?
I would use the age of consent. Under 18 would be a kid in my eyes.
So a 17-year-old who's 364 days, that's a kid?
Yep, I'm gonna use very hard set terms. If it is under 18, even if it's 17, 364, that's still a kid.
So right off the bat, there's not much really going on. They're just trying to define what child really is. And I don't want to make the video too long, but the first 30-40 minutes, the video was just them trying to define what a child is. And Charlie was saying that under 18 is a child, and that's what the government says, and that's what everyone's agreed on. And it's important to have a proper definition and a set rule and standard for everyone to follow. And Sneako then asked Charlie, why do you think under 18 is a child? Why does that define a child and not 18? And this is what Charlie has to say about it.
Okay, why does that define kid?
As I said earlier, at 18, at that point, you're going out of high school, you're going to college, you're living on your own, you're no longer, a child under your parents' roof, for the most part, extenuating circumstances, of course, but at that age, you are starting to become independent. You are no longer just in your parents' household, a kid. You are now going off into the world on your own.
You do admit that varies for most people. Right? A lot of people don't move out of their parents' homes until they're 25, 26, 27. A lot of people don't.
There's nothing wrong with that.
A lot of people graduate high school 16. A lot of people graduate high school 20. It's a huge variable. So to set that in stone is that this is when you're a kid and this is you're an adult, that doesn't apply to most people.
And I hate to say it, but that is a very broad and arbitrary definition for what a child is. And Sneako made a good point on how vague it is, because there are 27-year-olds living home with their parents, and Charlie is basically saying becoming independent makes you an adult for the most part, and that's something I don't agree on. And aside from that, Sneako asked Charlie onto why he believes that 18 is the age of consent and why it's something he agrees with.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fine establishment right there. Anything under 18 would classify as a kid. I think that's important.
Okay, but you're getting that from what? From personal experience, from the government, from the law? Because that's legally in America, that's when you become an adult, correct?
Yeah, legally.
So you're following the government's definition of an adult.
I think there needs to be a definition, and that one's been around for a long time, and I think that's the one most people accept as the closest to, this is when you become an adult.
It actually hasn't, right? 200 years ago in the 1800s in America, the age of marriage...
Yeah, we can't live like that. We're so much more advanced than that. Why would we play by those rules? Because at that point, are you going to start arguing that we should be able to start wedding 12-year-olds? Is 12 too young?
What Sneako is trying to imply is that Charlie only believes anyone under the age of 18 is a child because the government says so. And Charlie even says, hey, I think there should be an age that we all agree on regardless of government. 18 has been around for a long time, and we've all come to terms that 18 is the age that a person is an adult now, because everyone around that age mostly hits puberty by then. And then Sneako's dumbass goes, well no, 200 years ago the age of consent was 12 or whatever the fuck he just says. But dude, we've come so far and excelled and gotten more knowledge than ever in these last 200 years. And that was a long time ago if you really think about it as well. I think it was raised for a reason, no? And I don't think Sneako is trying to get with kids or anything, but you see in the US, you're not allowed to get married until you're the age of 18, and his whole argument is about marriage, and that people under the age of 18 should be allowed to get married when they're mature enough, and premarital sex is bad. But Sneako is just trying to get across to Charlie that a child is no longer a child when they hit puberty, and then from then on they're just an adult, But not everyone hits puberty at the same time. And one more thing I just want to add on, because a person's body has matured, it doesn't equate to that they as a person have matured, Yeah, there are some 25-year-olds that are less mature than some 17-year-olds, but the younger the age, the more likely that they are less mature due to experience in life and just them being younger in general, And that's all I have to say on that part. Like I said, 40-50 minutes is just them trying to define what an adult even is, since Charlie's saying that anyone under the age of 18 18 is a child, and Sneako is saying that the textbook definition is a child that's gone through puberty, so it could vary from person to person, and most kids under the age of 18 hit puberty when they're 14, and sometimes even younger actually. So a 14-year-old that's hit puberty is an adult in Sneako's eyes, and then they just keep going in circles about it, and it's just hard to keep up with them, and it's just giving me brain damage honestly. So I just want to skip an hour or so, and I want to talk about the highlight, and this is the part where I came for honestly. I don't agree with both parties, and I don't think I agreed with them from the start, but I explicitly want to state again, I don't agree with both parties, especially on this part where Charlie says it's okay for a child to be on HRT with the parents' consent and the child's consent.
Can two 16-year-olds
Let alone a 14 and a 20-year-old or whatever.
Okay, can two 16-year-olds be married?
No, I don't think.
Why is it wrong if so a 16-year-old, because the age of consent is across the world, so many places 16. If they can go have frivolous sex with a lot of people, if they can go fuck around, if they can do deviant things, if they can change their gender, why can they not get married? Sex change, like Chris from Mr. Beast, these people can take hormone blockers. You're not listening. This is the point. You can take hormone blockers. You can take puberty blockers. Okay, when you're a child. When you're 16, you can go change your gender, but you can't get married. Why is that?
That's I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty obvious question.
No, it's not. It's not. See, if you cut your penis off, like Chris from Mr. Beast, if you cut your penis off, that is a life-altering decision. You can't glue it back on. You can get divorced if you get married. This is a commitment that you're taking. A child, based off the liberal point of view that you believe in, they can have gender surgery. They can change forever. I don't want to miss this line. Are you good? Can you turn your camera on and off? Oh no, you're good. You're good. Okay.
Wait. Okay. Yeah.
You're good. If somebody can have, do you believe that somebody can go through hormone therapy? Can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone is consenting. And you agree with.
Okay, so as long as everyone,
your parents are okay with it and you're okay with it, I think that's totally a familiar decision to make. Yeah.
Okay, so a child can cut their penis off and take hormone blockers and change their biology forever, but they can't get married?
Well, that's a decision that now extends beyond the family, because now you're bringing in a different party. So if you have someone that's your age coming in saying, I want to marry that child, I don't think that can happen under any circumstance.
So, but it's still a personal decision.
See, this is what I don't agree with. When you're young, you make mistakes, and you don't want to be getting married to someone, then learning that you don't want to be with this person for the rest of your life, you know? I feel like it's still reversible. You can just separate or file for divorce. I know it's not easy, but it's more doable than transitioning back. You see, Charlie, I agree with you, man. You shouldn't be getting kids married so early in life, but blasting a child with HRT shouldn't be allowed either. Even with the child's and the parents' consent until they're 18. Matter of fact, I'd even push it to the age of 22. I think you should be 100% sure before you do something life-changing as transitioning. Like, just think of all the hormone blockers and constant hormone therapy, genital mutilation, but apparently that's fine to Charlie. Ooh, but getting married? No. That's not up to a child. What the hell? I feel like both shouldn't be allowed for a child with all the irreversible changes and damages it's gonna have on your body. You'll never be able to go back or even have kids, matter of fact. And HRT and transitioning will 100% have more of a negative effect on the person's life. And I'm not advocating for like child marriages or anything, but yeah. Anyways, just let me know what you think. Thank you for 14 subscribers as well, by the way. Honestly, it's crazy.